Have you waited a lot to reach this moment? What was your feelings? Personally, I was excited and felt like a king with lots of mixed feelings. Few weeks after that day, I was sitting in my room, depressed and sad, as I was not able to get a job. It was a very hard time and difficult to handle everyday life. I kept trying looking for a job. Hopefully after 1.5 years I was able to find a casual job. Later I realized that unemployment is not only in my country but it is a worldwide issue. Unemployment is an economic condition in which individuals actively seeking jobs remain unhired. The problem of unemployment is a worldwide reality. The developed countries as well as the developing countries suffer from it. With the passage of time it has become worse, especially after the global economic crisis and COVID-19 crisis. It has become a threat to social development. Nearly 1 billion people around the world, approximately 30% of the entire global workforce, are unemployed or underemployed in industrialized and developing countries alike. There are 4 main causes of unemployment. Firstly, the increased population, which leads to higher unemployment rates. As the number of people who are looking for jobs is increasing, it is more difficult to arrange jobs for all these huge numbers of workers. In this situation, the demand for work will be more than the available occupations. This is very obvious in countries like China and India. Secondly, impact of Fourth Industrial Revolution. A recent study released by McKinsey Global Institute reports that roughly 1/5 of the global workforce will be impacted by the adoption of artificial intelligence and automation, with the most significant impact in developed nations like the UK, Germany and US. By 2022, 50% of companies believe that automation will decrease their numbers of full-time staff, and by 2030, robots will replace 800 million workers across the world. This global rapid technological change plays a big role in the increased unemployment problem. Many jobs which were handled by hands are being done by different machines and technology nowadays. This made production faster and more accurate, but it resulted in more unemployed people. For example, when personal computers replaced typewriters, typewriters became unemployed and had to find other industries to be employed in. Additionally, according to the International Labour Office, technological progress may have had a more substantial impact. The new technological advances have eliminated the less complicated tasks, while at the same time require workers to have higher levels of skill. The third cause of unemployment is lack of education or skills for employment. This happens when the qualifications of a person are not sufficient to meet his job responsibilities. If the education was not directed towards the labor market, then a mismatch occurs, thus leading to structural unemployment. These individuals face difficulties in learning new skills applicable for the required job, for example, computer skills, management and communication. Unemployment can be due to the rising cost. The rising cost makes it hard for the companies to pay the usual optimum salary for the employees, or even the minimum wage in some cases. Hence, the employees reject low-wage jobs and leave the companies. For example, if the price of petrol or electricity has increased, this definitely will affect the industries or factories which depend on these energy sources. Moreover, sometimes companies need to cut down the budget due to an economic crisis, industrial decline, or organizational restructuring, so the number of employees is reduced or some positions are cancelled, which increases the unemployment rates. COVID-19 impact. Young people were left unemployed by the pandemic in far greater numbers than adults, with the effects being felt worse in lower-income countries. Young women have tended to be more likely to become unemployed as a result of COVID-19 disruption than young men. The equivalent of 255 million full-time jobs were lost around the world due to the pandemic, according to data from the International Labour Organization. Around the world in 2020, youth employment dropped by 8.7%. For adults, the fall in employment was less severe, registering at 3.7%. This difference illustrates the extent of the pandemic's economic consequences for younger people. In April 2020, the unemployment rate reached 14.8%, the highest rate observed since data collection began in 1948. In July 2021, unemployment remained higher, 5.4% than it had been in February 2020, 3.5%. Effects of unemployment. Unemployment has costs to a society that are more than just financial. Unemployed individuals not only lose income but also face challenges to their physical and mental health. Societal costs of high unemployment include higher crime and a reduced rate of volunteerism. Costs of unemployment include also severe financial hardship and poverty, debt, homelessness and housing stress, family tensions and breakdown, boredom, alienation, shame and stigma, increased social isolation, crime, erosion of confidence and self-esteem, the atrophying of work skills and ill health. Most of these increase with the duration of unemployment. When unemployment rates are high and steady, there are negative impacts on the long-run economic growth. Unemployment benefits. Unemployment benefits, also called unemployment insurance, is a type of state-provided insurance that pays money to individuals on a weekly basis when they lose their job and meet certain eligibility requirements. Those who either quit their jobs or were fired for a just cause are not eligible for UI. In other words, someone separated from their job due to a lack of available work and at no fault of their own usually qualifies for unemployment benefits. Across the world, 72 countries offer a form of unemployment benefits. How to overcome unemployment. 1. Change in industrial technique. Production technique should suit the needs and means of the country. 2. Policy regarding seasonal unemployment. Seasonal unemployment is found in agriculture sector and agro-based industries. 3. Change in education system. Educational patterns should be completely changed. Students who have liking for higher studies should be admitted in colleges and universities. Emphasis should be given on vocational education. Qualified engineers should start their own small units. 4. Expansion of employment exchanges. More employment exchanges should be opened. Information regarding employment opportunities should be given to people. 5. More assistance to self-employed people. Most people in India are self-employed. They are engaged in agriculture, trade, cottage and small-scale industries, etc. These persons should be helped financially, providing raw materials and technical training. 6. Increase in production. To increase employment, it is essential to increase production in agriculture and industrial sectors. 7. Rate of capital formation. Rate of capital formation in the country should be accelerated. Capital formation should be particularly encouraged in such activities which generate greater employment opportunities. Capital output ratio should be kept low. 8. Industries and cooperative sector. Industries and cooperative sector should be encouraged. Different governments should take necessary steps in this direction. 9. Decentralization of industrial activity. Decentralization of industrial activity is necessary to reduce unemployment. If industrial activities are centralized at one place, there will be less employment opportunities in the underdeveloped areas. So governments should adopt such policies which encourage decentralization of industrial activity. 10. Population control. The growth of population should be checked in order to solve unemployment problem. Family planning programs should be implemented widely and effectively. We hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Please, don't forget to hit the like button, share the